red halter top from Abercrombie or Hollister, I don't really remember which, and short shorts. Okay, so it is the 4th of July. I'm just gonna put on my glasses because it is super sunny out. I'm wearing my 4th of July outfit, so at least I'm trying to be a bit patriotic. There is absolutely no patriotism. Maybe some parts of Miami, but in Sunny Isles Beach, that's a no. There's like absolutely no patriotism when it comes to the 4th of July. I am born and raised in Miami, Dade County, but you know, it is the 4th of July and there's essentially absolutely nothing going on here in Miami because people just don't care about that here. And I've been doing some videos on my building here and how the building is in terrible shape. And I live, just as a reminder in case you're just watching my channel for the first time, I live across the street from the ocean. That is the ocean side right there. And these buildings that you're seeing are these ultra luxury buildings that are on the ocean side here. And I live on the bay here, and I live in this simple building, which is having quite a bit of issues. And then you have those buildings over there, and to be fair, they probably have their own issues too. I live in Dade County, and this building that I live in is not supposed to have Airbnb or anything like that, like hotel program or none of that. The other building I actually lived in down the street here actually did. You could like literally be on, it was on the hotel programs. So people were allowed to, you know, literally rent out their unit on a day-to-day basis, which was not good for, you know, safety of the building. But I live at this, you know, older building here on the bay, and we have a issue with Airbnb rentals and stuff like that here at this building, meaning that the building doesn't allow it. There are a ton of, you know, owners who are MIA and doing Airbnb rentals here, and that's a problem, especially around 4th of July or any other holiday. It becomes an issue in the summer. It's an issue anytime essentially there's a holiday here, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, and we get a lot of weirdos that show up here for Airbnb. They've never seen the building before. The building actually learned to deactivate the elevator button around holidays because they know that there's all these Airbnb weirdos coming. So they might as well turn it off because it's like, what security? We don't need that here at this building. So as a recap, those buildings are called Arlen House, and this is our building right here. And then you have the some rentals there that are very nice, and that is the ocean line there that runs all that way there. So I am from here, but I also lived for a few years in Colorado. And Colorado, you know, I have a video up on my channel that there was a lot of racism and issues in Colorado. But I can say of the positives that were in Colorado is that there was a ton of patriotism in Colorado. There's an area, Eagle County, Colorado, so that encompasses areas like Vail, Beaver Creek, Avon, Edwards, and if you were specifically in the area of Avon, they have something there called Avon Lake, and it's this beautiful lake with a ton of activities, and they would just have a ton of free activities for the community for the July 4th holiday or any other holiday that has to do with patriotism. And that is just something that like is full blown there. You will really feel the effect of that there. As far as Florida, I'm sure the same is true for Orlando. See, that's me saying something positive about Orlando because Orlando has a huge amount of vets that live there. So you're gonna have people who are a lot more patriotic who live in places like that. But that unfortunately doesn't really mean anything to people here in Miami. Dade County with 4th of July and holidays is an excuse for local people to go out and drink, be intoxicated, drink and drive, go to nightclubs. That's the big thing here, nightclub specials here. And it's like, it just doesn't exist. This is that rental building I've been talking to you guys about. And yeah, so I'm just taking a brief walk up the street. It's actually blistering hot out, so I'm gonna have to film this video in parts here. This is a condo here, it's not a rental, and they know to tie off there. They normally have 3 entrance exits to their building, this one, a middle one, and another one, and they have to actually close off the end ones, the right and left one, because the tourists that come to town will park here, which is extremely rude to, you know, park on someone's property in order to go to the beach. Realistically, they really do advertise to people like, go to the nightclub, there will be drinking specials, and that's like as patriotic as it gets. You know, you may have some families here or there, they do barbecues, but they do that every day, not just like for like a special occasion. You know, this is my view. I went back upstairs because the camera, as well as it was just too hot outside. And you may say to yourself, wow, this is beautiful. And to be fair, it is a beautiful view. I'm not negating that. It's a beautiful view. That's actually the ocean. You could see the cruise ships out there actually. You could see, let me zoom in for you. I'm seeing 2 boats out there. I don't know if they're cruises or what they are, but a lot of times you could actually make out which boat it is. And it's a beautiful view, but there's absolutely no one to talk to here. It's very difficult to make friends here. I can make an entire video just on that. But it's very, very, very difficult here. You know, down that way is as you get to Bow Harbor, which has its own shady past, Surfside's down there, and that's the direction of South Beach. And, you know, there's a hotel down there. I don't want to give names, but, you know, there's a bad crowd that comes here for holidays. You have a hotel down there. I don't know exactly what holiday season it was. It made the news, the story a couple years ago. There was a woman in a hotel lobby, and she was in the lobby sitting on a couch there with her husband, and she was attractive. And there were, in quote, young ladies there. And one of these, July 4th, Memorial Day, I'm not sure what holiday, but it was like something that brought tourists to town. And she was sitting on the couch with her husband in the hotel lobby, and she was apparently an attractive woman, and there were young ladies there that thought she was in their profession and in their field and competing with her in their field, and they apparently like lunged at her, and like there was like a whole incident and everything. So this is our elevator thing, and they just turned it off because they know there's so many Airbnb people that it doesn't much matter. And actually hear people in the background arguing. Yeah, what I was mentioning to you guys before is that we have a ton of Airbnb people that will come here, and we don't even know who these people are. They come here, they're aggressive, we don't know who they are. We're watching, like I'm literally witnessing right now really aggressive actions. This guy is wheeling a cart through the Now we're gonna just stop by the shopping center so I can talk to you guys a little bit. We're gonna pass a building called, it's not a building, it's a hotel called the Newport. And honestly, it's a pretty scuzzy hotel. There's no other way to say it. And it attracts a lot of the tourists that come to this area, specific Sunny Isles, who probably are just looking for like a really cheap accommodation to come here. And it's not the best. And I remember one time with the holidays here, I don't know, it was a specific holiday. There was a father-son team where the son was like in his 20s and the father was in his like 50s. And there was they went outside, like outside the hotel, and waited out on the curb. And they waited for a woman to show up who was there to greet them, most likely entertain them for the evening. And that's just like the trash that you got coming here. You have a lot of garbage that is attracted to coming to Dade County, especially for the holidays, because if you're a nice family, or even if you're a nice group of college, you know, students and stuff like that, you don't come to Miami. You stop in Orlando, and you know how much I like talk, you know, stuff about Orlando. But if you're coming to Miami, I honestly don't feel like you're coming here with very good intentions. So the hotel I was talking about that 2 guys were outside of, and this was a couple years ago, where they went outside the hotel and they were waiting for a woman outside. They didn't know who she was. That is this building right here. That's this shorter one. That's a Newport hotel. And that was a number of years ago, but it was creepy as hell because it is the type of Newport. So as you can see, there is absolutely no 4th of July festivities happening. It is a normal day here in Sunny Isles, but it's bad in its own way. You know, obviously South Beaches and Mid Beach is where you're going to get, you know, the nightclubs and everything, but it's bad in its own way. There's no one to talk to here. So I'm just in the little mom and pop grocery store. This is about as patriotic as it gets here. This little stand of fireworks. The tourists that come here are not the best. Again, they walk over from the hotel, the Newport, which is right over there, and they come over here. The shopping center in itself is sketchy. I know they need to do the towing because they have people that park here and then go off to the beach. But if you are an employee here, this company that they utilize with the towing here, constantly people are getting towed here. Constant. They tow you if you're a patron, they tow you if you're an employee. It's quite a prom here. So we're just kind of walking here. That is my dad, by the way, in the background. It's actually best to have someone with you in this shopping center. You probably don't want to be a girl alone in this shopping center, honestly. There's a ton of creepy guys that situate themselves in the shopping center, and not healthy. It's not, you know, this is a toxic environment here. So it's about trying to figure out how to improve yourself and not have this be your life. You also, this area attracts a lot, again at the holidays, a lot of frat boys, that type. Same at Publix. The other day I had to, like, you know, be aware of, like, you know, drunk people in the parking lot. That my house is back down that way. The city is extremely small. We're gonna go that way a little bit. That's the ocean line, and then it goes only a little bit more that way, like another row of things basically to there, and that's like actually considered like going out of Sunny Isles already. And it's a very, very small city. It's like this little strip, and the city likes to claim it's Florida's Riviera, but in reality it's special. It's very special. There is, as you can see, there's absolutely nothing happening for 4th of July. The businesses don't have decorations up.
There's no people.
There's no people out. There's no red, white, and blue. There's nothing. There's just nothing here. So now we are leaving this shopping center, and we're gonna head over to Publix. But it is brutally hot out. It's 91 on the thing here, and in the car it's showing it as, you know, really hot. Plus taking into consideration like 100% humidity, so it's not great. So we are now driving towards Publix, and it's a very narrow city. And these flags that they have up with the red, white, and blue, honestly, I think those have been up year round. And there is really no sign in sight that it's the 4th of July. The city doesn't care. No one cares. Okay, so now you could continue that way, but we're gonna turn this way. It just tends to be a little bit easier when it comes to traffic. This is Winston Towers that we are passing, and they have an issue with their construction happening, so all the residents have to park out here, which would be quite a catastrophe for me, considering I have never parallel parked in my life. That I don't know if it's a combination of the heat or whatever, but there's absolutely no one out. It's extremely hot out. No one's interested in 4th of July. No one's doing barbecues, and plus it's too hot. So yeah, I'm gonna go into Publix, and you'll probably see that all like the 4th of July cookies that they have and all that is probably fully stocked because no one cares. So yeah, we're gonna go towards Publix now. So now we're gonna go ahead and turn into Publix. This is Publix on the left here. Publix is open, right?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to figure it out. Like, Publix is open, right? This crazy ramp. Just like Test Track, but the Publix version. We have arrived. So this is a Starbucks that they have recently built. At least they have bought some of the decorative plates here for 4th of July. See, it says Patriotic Party, and you have your red, white, and blue flowers that have not sold. Oh, they are buying chips. That's what's important in life, right? I've seen people buying watermelon just because of how hot it is out. See, this is what I'm talking about. No one wanted to buy this, or are they just restacking it all day long? I'm guessing no one has bought this. No one wanted to buy the red, white, and blue cupcakes or the cake. See, no one cares.
They bought the watermelon cake.
The watermelon cake, that they bought. There's no one in this Publix, which is really weird. Like, what? This is the least people I have seen in this Publix in a long time. Like,
This is very good if you want to go to the bathroom.
that you eat this and it will send you to the toilet. Sounds good. Do I want an apple? Do I want an apple? I will get apple 1 and apple. I cannot. This is why I should not juggle. And I'm starting to drop the phone. Okay, apple 1 and apple 2. There you go. I will get the sampler. It is on sale again. Yay. Technically, Publix has some patrioticness going on. We have cookies and cupcakes. These are actually called patriotic mini cupcakes, so that's always a good thing. So, always an excuse to eat some good cookies. I approve of that. So I just picked up some groceries and we're gonna head home now. This is not my vibe here, and quite honestly, a little effort I made in wearing red and blue was like more effort than most people here when it comes to 4th of July. But I'm working really hard on my channel, and I see myself eventually being able to move on from this place, and that's kind of like one of the goals that I have. So thank you for watching my little video on 4th of July here in Miami. And now I'm gonna go home and eat my chocolate. Thank you. And I got some other videos that are popping up here that you might be interested in, so go check them out. And bye. And bye. At least there's some fireworks. That's patriotism. We have a lot of fireworks happening down in Miami. That's like Brickell, right? Down there. And then there's some weird like drone experience happening over the beach near Surfside, and then that's South Beach down there. I have no idea what that is, but there's the weird drone show. So all of the boats are leaving from down there. They were all stationed down there to watch the fireworks show, and now all of the boats are leaving together to go home because apparently they all live down this way.